Bargo devasya demaidyo yona prachodayat. Burguasva tatsavitur varenyam. Bargo devasya dhimahi dhyo yona prachodayat. Urvasva tatsavitur varenyam. Bargo devasya dhimahi dhyo yona prachodayat. Urvasva tatsavitur varenyam. Bargo devasya dhimahi dhyo yona prachodayat. Urvasva tatsavitur varenyam. Bargo devasya dhimahi dhyo yona prachodayat. Urvasva tatsavitur varenyam. Bargo devasya dhimahi dhyo yona prachodayat. Urvasva tatsavitur varenyam. Bargo devasya dhimahi dhyo yona prachodayat. Urvasva tatsavitur varenyam. Bargo devasya dhimahi dhyo yona prachodayat. savitur varenyam Margo devasya dimai dio yona prachodayat
Namaste. I do see the divine in you. We see the divine in humanity if we allow ourselves to. There is a stillness that is calling us home. Here, home. There's a stillness that is rising. And in its wake, an uprising of everything unlike itself becomes obvious. Humanity is searching in this moment for this. I love our focused conversation today, our embodiment practices today to be centered on ahimsa, nonviolence. And what is in place of violence is love, peace, understanding, fortitude, the humble warrior, the one who brings love no matter what, the one who does not succumb to the movie out there, but realizes that when the movie is reflecting pain, there's a good reason for it. And that pain must be met with love. It cannot be met with more pain. And this is the human decision. The greatest quest before us is, what will we choose? Given free will, what do we choose? What do we choose when we see unjust things happening? What do we choose when we witness suppression and non-love? Do we choose non-love in order to attempt for less non-love to be present in the world? That's not how we go about it. We have to go about it by asserting love into the mix, asserting understanding and compassion and listening and taking action in peaceful ways. So I would love for us to invite the world into a great knowing. In the United States right now, there's a great upheaval because there has been a tremendous amount of unjust for hundreds of years, specifically in our culture. And it is not okay. And those that have been being suppressed are rising with all they know to do, with anger, with fear, with frustration. We want to invite them to rise, to use that energy for passion, to cultivate it, to draw it upward, and to solicit guidance from their own highest self instead of taking action from the lower aspect of their consciousness. And so I invite you to help me provide for the world today an energetic that is based in integration, that the anger and the frustration for being suppressed in any way that any of us have ever experienced, and the anger and the frustration that we feel for having suppressed our own voice in any way in the course of our lives, and that anger that has been projected out onto other, be reclaimed and used as fuel for the fire. For the heart is a blazing bonfire, and we are here to throw everything onto it that we can find so that the fire blazes bigger. And that fire blazing bigger becomes a transmuting presence on the planet. And we become leaders instead of lost. instead of suppressed, instead of angered, instead of depleted because we use our resources incorrectly. Let's claim it back. Let's claim back any projection of anger or frustration that we have ever thrown out there on other. Claim it back and own it and breathe in our bellies with it. And as we breathe in our bellies with it, something new will rise. And as that something new rises, may we drop with humble devotion our consciousness onto our deep sensations in our core. When we feel afraid, we come home to it. When we feel angry, we come home to it. When we are frustrated because we can't control or manage our environment the way we think we want to, we claim it back here and bring compassion and love to ourselves. If we do this, we provide a vibrational frequency out into the world that allows the world to sense and feel some kind of solstice, some kind of nesting, some sort of nurturing in the midst of their pain. If they are not involved in a conversation like this, it's very painful. As we come together, we can create a transmuting quality that allows us equality, that allows our mind and our heart to be of equal value, that allows the soulful self and the outer world to have a collaborative relationship of equanimity. That the outer world does not bowl us over and suppress us, and that we do not try to push our ways into it, but we transmute and transmute and transmute everything that we come in contact with. Let's take a deep breath into our bellies, where these deep primal energies reside, and breathe love into them. Breathe love into your belly, and exhale, drop it into the earth. Take a breath up from Mother Earth and receive her into your belly as if you belong, as if you're a part of this divine plan, as if you're an active and important ingredient to the resolution of human consciousness. Breathe it up into your belly, extend it into your solar plexus, and fill your heart. Just fill your heart with appreciation, Mother Nature, appreciation for life itself, the joy of even being able to be here. And exhale that breath up through your throat and up through your center of your brain and out your crown, and just let it fountain out around you. But there is a waterfall pouring in, and it is dropping to the earth. And the way the mind can find the value, the qualities of this light pouring in, is to move yourself to appreciation and gratitude for life itself. Nothing conditional, just for being. This appreciation, you breathe up through the belly and stretch open your solar plexus and open your heart. And then exhale and let it rise up through your throat and rise up through the center of your brain and fountain out and shower your whole life with that appreciation. That as you take a breath up and breathe it up through your body, you heal because you're coming home to yourself, and you're letting your own mind and your own heart have value. You're coming home onto subject, and you're allowing the throat to open as a song emits from you and showers out around everyone that you love. This appreciation fountaining down around you, filling the space that is the distance between us and others, filling that space with light and love, and more is falling in and falling in and falling in, more possibility. And as we open, it turns up the faucet, and here we are, and we hit the earth, and it rises and rises, and we come home to our own feelings, our feelings of nervousness and uncertainty. At the same time that we're loving them, they become an appreciated part of life. For you were afraid in your elementary school level years. You were afraid even before then. You experienced those energies as you were establishing early friendships and relationships and quivering in the adventure of life. And yet here you are. So let it be part of something good that rises in you as you continue to evolve. And exhale it out the crown of your head. And just let it rain down around you. For as it rains down around you, peace has a place to reside, a space of peace, a space of appreciation. And this power is greater than the power of anger. It is bigger than the power of uncertainty. It is bigger and more absolving of the energies of frustration and fighting back. And in this, we become capable of finding ingenious ways to serve, ingenious ways to respond, and allow this field, this toric field flow to continue. Perhaps you can slowly move your hands as I am, and you might even find it, that it is carrying you as it is carrying me in this moment. And there's a waterfall pouring into my head, and it's rising because I'm breathing up from Mother Earth. And as I soften in the body, I can sense and feel the thickness between my hands, and it creates a buoyancy. And if you settle down and love even more, even in the face, especially in the face of what is happening in our world, that there becomes an awareness of another world that is behind the scenes and in the invisible here, that is of a higher dimensional level and has always been here. And we've always been walking inside of this, unaware. And as we become aware, we become a greater presence. We have more presence. We become a greater influence in the world. Let it rise. Let your mind soften and drop onto this invisible energy that is rising. And the more you soften and open and open and open and stay in the body, the more you can sense and feel this. This is what we want to bring to life in every yoga asana. Every movement that we make is to embody this, to infuse awareness of this invisible realm into the dense tissues of our body. And as the dense tissues of our body begin to resonate and vibrate with awareness of this divine light, this highest frequency, multi-dimensional reality, it begins to attune the levels of our consciousness with it, and we become grounded and anchored in a very deep truth. So as we take a deep breath in from Mother Earth, up into the body, and exhale up and out through the throat and the center of the brain and out the crown, let it shoot even higher. And then perhaps your arms can even find it with your fingertips, subtlety, that there's something there to be being traced. And if not, if it isn't perceivable yet, just soften your mind, lean back against your spine and open your heart, because it's there. And if it isn't perceivable yet, don't worry, it's there. And we continue these practices until we start to feel something there, feeling the energy moving. It moves like wings around the sides of us. And it looks like our arms would be moving as wings would move, but we're not moving them. They're being moved by the essence of the unseen, the higher frequencies, so high they cannot be seen with the naked eye, with the physical eyes, but are very much perceived by your true essential self. And so the peace that is available becomes our life. And that we see into situations from this place, from these eyes. Begin to take a breath consciously from overhead. Breathe it down into the belly. And exhale. And a deep breath in, draw more into the body from higher realms, a higher version of you, the higher self. Breathe it into the body. And exhale into the earth. Let the primal self today become fundamental of a divine self. That it become the foundation instead of the primitive animalistic aspect of me. It is the primitive primal arrival of me into the human form. It's the primitive primal foundation that becomes divine because I say so. Because I breathe love into the sits bones. Just breathe love into the sits bones. One sits bone and then the other. And then close the mouth and breathe through the nose. As we're exhaling through the nose, it begins to pick up power inside the body. And as that power begins to be set inside the body, we're able to root ourselves. Massaging the legs, not towering the body, but moving the body in a serpentine type motion, allowing the shoulders and the hips to approximate on the same side. So I raise the hip, I sit down on the left hip sits bone, the ischial tuberosity, my right shoulder drops. I sit down on the right one and my left shoulder drops, allowing something to be happening inside the lumbar spine. And then I begin to squeeze the shoulder blades as I'm doing that. And as such, I begin to scrub down inside the thoracic spine. And as such, the neck becomes involved, and roll the shoulders and scrub down the back of your neck and roll your eyes up. And exhale out your crown for a moment. Deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, tuck your thumbs, drop them down by your side. Lower your hands, begin massaging your legs all the way down past the knees, down the lower legs, and pick up the right foot and massage it, and massage it, and massage it, and massage it with peace and love. Allow peace and love to be being activated. These feet know peace. They know why they came. They know what their purpose is. It's to walk on hallowed ground. Allow the ground that these feet will walk on today to be sacred terra firma. Allow it to be invisible light pads that you're walking on. That light is a higher frequency. You're walking on heaven. And massage the feet and slide the toes back and forth to open up the space for that light to come out. Because what's inside of here is the peaceful light that we're looking for. Roll the feet in your hands. Massage your ankles up above the ankle and give it a little shake and shimmy, shimmy, and give it a little love pat, because there always has to be joy in the mix, or love isn't infusible. It isn't in action. Love in action is joy. Let's roll that leg around and open it and straighten it. Squeeze the muscles right inside that hip joint and just allow this to be playful. Allow it to be played with for just a moment, and take this in your arms. Maybe you take your leg in your arms and just cradle it, and cradle your anchoring ability, cradle your root chakra with your heart, and just allow the love for your ability to be here to be bigger than anything else. Allow the love of being human, whether we are feeling suppressed in this moment, or whether we have witnessed suppression, or whether we have suppressed ourselves in ways throughout our lives. It's time to allow ourselves to anchor here as love. Just massage this and let it feel your love. And massage down the left leg and massage that lower leg, and pick up that left foot and love on it. Love on it, and squeeze the muscles in the left knee and in the left hip joint while you're massaging this foot. Because when you massage it, you allow the light inside the foot to come out. You massage it and activate it and come inside the foot and press yourself out, and allow the love and the joy of your own willingness and your own appreciation of having the opportunity to even be in a conversation such as this, to awaken in these ways. We are so blessed. Roll this in your hands, massage up above your ankle, give it a shake and shimmy, shimmy, making sure you slide those toes on each other and pop the energy off of each of them, making sure you open. This is like washing a sacred person's feet. I want you to appreciate it in this way. One of the things that I do when we go to Kashi, in our Kashi retreat, and I've done it in some of our trips in Egypt and in some of the other sacred journeys, is we go through a practice of sacredly washing the feet in the evening. There's reason for this. It activates areas in the high brain centers that we want to have awake. We want to be in constant devotion and ritual of keeping these parts of us awake. Because we are here for peace and joy. We are here for heaven, earth. And there's a rumble going on in the world right now. And we've been asked to come home and sit down, and we've been asked to evaluate. And we are in the midst of that in some areas of the world, and definitely in the United States right now. We're in a rumble. We're in a big rumble because of prejudice that has been being so expressed in subtle and not so subtle ways for far too long. It's time for us to wake up. And so we, as this community, can put out a message in how to recognize what the peaceful bandwidth feels like. What the peaceful bandwidth feels like is what is needed right now. So let's take a deep breath in. Exhale. And as we sit on subject, may we find our own deep truth. May we find what matters most and choose to bring it to life as we set our intention for this day, this practice, this life. Let us begin to focus for ourselves. Choose to bring. Is it that we choose to be? What might we remember? What might we recall from our journey here to Earth? Might we recall that we are the solution? Might we recall that we are equipped with enough love to forgive, enough love to awaken, enough love to find our ways of being that are unkind? Might we recall? Deep breath in. Exhale, Om. Again. And once more. As that recollection begins to feel strong in your body, clear in your mind, and flowing through your system, perhaps you remove your shawl or your mala this time and allow a real presence of love to be in the body. And exhale. So we begin to exhale and exhale and exhale. Begin to exhale and tuck the chin on the chest and the chest on the belly and curl and curl and curl. We begin to allow this greater knowing to embody, to fold in on itself, and find yourself here in this folded, surrendered state. A deep breath in and exhale, Ma. Find yourself sitting in a pool of light. Begin to draw that light up through the body. A place behind the abdominal wall and above Mula Bandha, in front of the sacrum, a ball of crystalline, golden, white light. A precious and rare knowing. Breathe into it. Breathe life into it. Be present with it. And start to draw it up through the spine, one segment at a time. pressing the low back toward the back of your mat, rolling up, contracting the front side body, that you might be able to become that light that is rising, to become that ball of light, creating resistance inside the body, that you might make your way up through the crevices of your being, and exhale up and out the crown. As you roll your nose up, your eyes up, you exhale out the third eye and the crown. Reach up and stretch up and look up and open up. Open the arms just slightly. A ray of light pouring in. Deep breath in. Breathe in peace. And exhale into the earth. Manage to find a crystalline channel, the thickness of being around your skin, between your hands. Is there. As we begin to walk your hands forward and stretch open the arms, elongate your spine, drop your elbows onto the mat. See if you can roll over the tops of your knees. Pull your navel back to your spine. It makes it easier. If that is too much, swing to the side and meet us here in child's pose. That yoga is a moving prayer is completely true. And when we bring consciousness to that, it begins to enhance it in our bodies, and we change. We change our presentation. We change who we are in the world. Slide your nose long and low. Let the energy come from the center of your brain down through your throat. Push into the heels of your hands. Let the energy come into your heart. Let the concentrated, focused energy come into the solar plexus. Drop your belly. Let the energy come down into the belly. Breathe in your belly. Exhale. Breathe down the front side body into the belly again. Breathe peace. Exhale. Breathe in light. Let it become love. By the time it hits the pelvis, it is peace down the legs. Tuck the pelvis. Find that peace in the belly. And as you exhale, sit back to child's pose and let peace rise up your lumbar spine. Let it rise up through your back between the blades. Keep your chin tucked. Let it come up through the neck and out the crown. Let it flood out your crown. Rush up your arms and out your fingertips in this moment. Straighten your fingertips, straighten your fingers out, come up on your fingertips and tent your hands. Straighten your arms. Touch your toes together if you can. Maybe even splay your knees apart and let your belly come a little lower, your heart lower to the mat. Roll your eyes up. Breath of fire out your crown. Walk your hands over to the right. Deep breath in and exhale out your crown. Walk your hands over to the left. Take a deep breath down the body and exhale up the body and out the crown. Walk the hands back to center and slide your elbows down onto the mat. Slide your heart long and low and come up through cow again. Let's straighten the right leg and anchor the right heel and roll the right hand up to the sky in a supported side plank. Roll your eyes to the sky. Reach up, open up. On the next inhale, reach your right leg off the ground if you can. Hold on to the light with your hands. Hold on to the light up there. Just press your hand against the light, the ray of light that is pouring down. There is a stability there. And exhale. Let's lower this. Just arch. Lower the hand, lower than the head, lower the foot back toward the earth. And inhale. Bring them both back up again. And exhale. Back down. And inhale. And exhale. and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, as if floating under the earth, in the ocean, under the surface of the ocean, underwater, a butterfly swimming underwater. And roll all the way back onto all fours, and bring your left leg back and straighten the leg, anchor the heel, roll your left arm to the sky. Find that energy there and allow it to be supportive to you. Open your heart, squeeze your blades. And on the next inhale, reach the left leg to the sky as well. Feel the stability in the pelvis and open your heart. And exhale, lower them both down. And inhale up. And exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down. And inhale up. As if you were a butterfly swimming underwater. While those images seem to not go together, they actually do. In other realms, it's true. Inhale up and exhale down. And inhale up and exhale down. Breathing peace in the body. And exhale down, all the way back down into all fours. Tuck your toes, roll back onto your heels, and just gently walk yourself all the way up, one segment at a time, keeping the body contracted on the front side of the body. Roll the shoulders up and back and down. A beautiful, divine feminine position, a powerful feminine position. Inhale, reach your arms up. Interlace your fingers. First finger continue to point upward. Open your fingers, your first fingers, just a little. Allow an opening between your hands to rise right up between your fingertips. Roll your eyes up. Deep breath in and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Open your arms to the right. Inhale up. Just one more. And exhale to the left. Hang in there. And inhale up. Untuck your feet if that's uncomfortable. Just untuck them and sit right down on your heels. If you're able to stay, stay. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Underwater, moving underwater, liquid light and love. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. And open the hands, open the heart. And forward fold, lead with your heart. Draw the backs of your hands all the way up the mat. Slowly draw your nose up the mat. Draw it long and low and stay low. Press your thighs toward each other, your knees toward each other. In this moment, we're going to work with some contralateral work to infuse this love and peace into the central nervous system. Press your right leg back and your left arm forward. Your left arm forward as if you're shaking someone's hand. The foot is flexed in the back. And here, inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up. And move them out to the side, the arm and the leg. Inhale up and exhale down. And inhale up and exhale down. Pull the navel back to the spine. It gives you stability. Inhale back to the center and exhale down. Let's take the left leg straight back behind. The foot is flexed. The hand is here. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Floating, swimming underwater. Bring them out to the side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Back to center. Inhale up and bring them back down. Let's meet in child's pose. Contract your front side body. Pull your navel back to the spine. Let it stretch open the lumbar spine. Let there be mobility in the lumbar spine. Where there is mobility, there is light. Breathe light into your lumbopelvic region. Where there is light, there is mobility. Slide the backs of your hands up the mat. Wiggle your toes on the mat. Chakra 11. Slide your nose long and low and press up into the mat. Tuck your toes and lift your belly onto your thighs. Push the heels of your hands away so that you can find yourself in this crouching tiger position. Find yourself in the belly, right? In that feminine energy belly. Peace, wisdom. Peace, wisdom. Big breath. Breath of fire here. Stretch the arms far away, push in the heels of the hands, push your shoulders away from your hands. Breath of fire. Deep breath in, straighten the legs. And exhale into downward dog. Find your intention again for peace. So much compassion for the self. So much compassion for the ignorance of humanity. So much compassion for the parts of us that have been suppressed and abused. Hold it all in the light with so much love for the great awakening of humanity. Reach your right foot to the sky, and with power, exhale. Let's bring it out and step it on the outside of your right hand. And let's pull your heart forward. So much compassion for the reptilian part of humanity, the survivorship, the part of us that gives us fortitude and strength also tends to pull us into survivorship when it is not necessary. Let's drop the knee, untuck the toe, and come down maybe on one elbow, maybe on the other elbow, maybe both elbows can come down. Maybe you place a block under your chest here so that you could rest on something, but just rest. We want to come into this lizard position that we might have an impact on the reptilian frequencies of our own sacred geometry, the body. Pull your heart forward. Take a breath up your back leg into the belly. Squeeze your heart. The parts of me that have suppressed parts of me, the parts of me that snapped into survivorship. I breathe compassion and love into them now. Parts of me that have lashed out in my life ever, or been competitive, or been in any way not focused on love and peace, safety, and serenity. And wherever you feel the tension, squeeze it back and take a breath up your back leg. Squeeze right into the pelvis and exhale down this folded front leg. And pull your heart through and come inside your heart and push it through. Push it forward, push it toward the top of the mat. That's it. Now, on your next inhale, reach up with your right hand onto your right knee. And we're going to press it away and be able to open our heart. Look over your right shoulder as you open your heart. You may feel this in the hip joint differently. And we want to allow this stretching to happen in this hip joint, pressing the knee away. Roll onto the outer blade of the foot and lift your heart. Take a breath up that extended left leg into your heart space. Hold it in. Sip some more breath in. Lift your heart. And then exhale right into the center of your brain and out the crown. Squeeze your blades. That's it. Bring back to center. Come back up onto your hands. Tuck your toe. Let's bring this foot back to downward dog. And let's drop to child's pose for just a moment. Finding peace and forgiveness and the feeling of being forgiven. A deep breath in, exhale, ma. And tuck the toes and press the feet into the mat and lift up into downward dog. Inhale up onto your toes, 1,000 tiny straws. Breathe up your legs. Exhale down your spine. Inhale up the spine and exhale down the legs. Tuck your chin, look at your navel, and then relax your neck. Take a deep breath in, up your legs. Squeeze the legs, every muscle in the legs, and exhale down the spine. Where you feel the tension, squeeze it and take a breath through it. And exhale at the other end of the channel. And press into the mat. On the next inhale, raise your left leg to the sky. Big, powerful stretch. Open, open, open. And exhale, step it up to the outside of your left hand. And we're going to pull the heart forward and just acclimate here. This is reptilian geometry, okay? It puts the body into a sacred geometry that is a part of a divine assertion that came together as human consciousness. Part of our qualities are reptilian, and they are good when they are integrated. So we're here to allow the same part of us that is the will to survive, is the will to keep going. Allow it to be connected to the will to love. Bend the knee, untuck the toe. Maybe you can come down on one elbow, maybe onto both elbows. And allow this fortitude, this willpower to have a place in your heart. That no matter what, I can become a loving being. No matter what. That is what I direct my power of free will toward. Instead of taking or suppressing, throwing myself under the bus, or standing by and letting others throw others under the bus. Press your heart forward. Take a breath up that extended right leg into your belly and into your heart. Let it be peace that's rising. And exhale up through your throat and up through the center of your brain and out the crown. Melt the body. If it's painful in the knee, if it's painful in the hips, squeeze them back. You can possibly even lift your toes of the left foot now off the ground to protect other elements of the knee joint. Might be helpful. Just check that out. Possibly turn your toes out a little. Might be helpful for that knee if you're having difficulty there. And then we're going to, and again, always remember, you can put blocks here to support yourself. So helpful. Maybe a block under your chest, maybe a block even up under the pelvis here. Block yourself so that you can rest and allow your body to slowly start to acclimate to such things. It's a very big pose. If you're in the chair, simply fold your left leg over your right knee right now, like a figure four, and just bend down over that. It will give us some of this same right hip activity. And then if you're able to reach and put your left hand on your left knee and roll open. Just roll it open and press that knee. Press the knee away. In pressing the knee away, lift your heart, chin over left shoulder, eyes to the left. Out on the outer blade of the foot, deep breath in. Up the leg and exhale, up the heart and out the crown, third eye, throat. Deep breath in again through that extended 1,000 tiny straws in the left leg, up through the body. Exhale straight up and down. Open your heart. I forgive myself. I allow others to forgive me. And I forgive any oppression, reptilian action that was not integrated. It's part of an awakening process. So we slide back in. It's part of an awakening process. We're here to bring compassion to the learning. Lift that left leg right back to the sky. Reach it up and stretch it up. And let's slowly start to walk the feet up between the hands. Paying attention at the pelvis, what happens when we walk the feet without bending the legs. Here in forward fold. Sense that you are divine light. Fold it over on itself. That's how energy creates a body. Energy just keeps folding over and over and over and over through the toric field. Find the light that you're standing in, a pool of light. Take a breath in and exhale down your legs right into that pool of light. Just relax the upper body. Place your hands on the ground in front of your feet and press into your hands, and then lean back and press into your feet. Feel what's happening right in the hip joints. Press into your hands and press into your feet. Back, come back on your heels. And then roll forward onto your toes and then onto your hands. Squeeze in your hip joints and breathe. Inhale and exhale down the spine. Inhale up the spine. Squeeze your hip joints and exhale as you press back down the legs. Press down the legs, down the legs. Lean back as far as you can. Press down the legs. Inhale up the back of the legs. 1,000 tiny straws in your legs. And exhale down the spine. Forward fold. Walk your hands back as far as you can. And let's bring your hands back forward and heel and toe your feet apart. And let's walk your hands back between, bend your knees and walk your hands back as far as you can. Just walk your hands back as far as you can behind you. Take a deep breath in and exhale down the spine. See if you can bring your hands around on the inside and bring them to your feet. Just bringing your hands around underneath and see if you can bring them to your feet. And even if you're right here, just bring your hands right here. Now what this is doing is this is another geometry that is associated with the scarab, the beetle. Okay, so this pose can go much further and we can reach around here, and ultimately the binding is of the hands behind the head. Not necessary. What we have to do right now is just focus on the scarab is a sacred animal an insect in Egypt that brought longevity. For thousands of years they can stay dormant and then awaken. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out your crown. Let's untangle that and walk here, heel and toe your feet closer back together. and rise up through the legs. Press your feet into the mat. Press your feet into the mat. Press and press and press and press. And as we press, a byproduct of our pressing, a byproduct of our grounding is we rise. We don't try to just rise without being connected. This is humanity's problem. We're trying to rise out of fierceness. We're trying to rise out of domination or even fighting back. We have to allow the rising to be a byproduct of landing, planting. Rise up, create tension inside your central channel, shoulders up and back and down. Roll the nose to the sky. Lift your heart, squeeze your blades. Massive energy rising up from the earth up into this body right now. Just let it be rising. Just allow your awareness to fall upon it, because wisdom is rising. And when wisdom is rising, there is peace. Let wisdom rise through your heart. Wise love. It's all we need. Lean back against the spine. Roll your eyes up and together. Right there. Press into the mat, and your hands will rise. Keep pressing into the mat. Press into the mat. Coordinate the sensation of your hands rising with your attention on pressing into the mat with your feet, big toes, inner ankles, inner knees, inner thighs, Mula Bandha. Squeeze the navel back to the spine. Squeeze the blades, roll the eyes up. There you have it. There you are. A deep breath in and exhale. As you exhale, just slowly trace the channel between your hands, the thickness of the energy between them, all the way to your hips. Bring your hands to your hips. Start to build some circuits on your ankles. Become very aware there's a lot of high frequency energy in the body. So let's ground it. Roll your ankles around. Come up and down on your knees. The hip joints, step on one hip, step on the other hip. Really feel the muscles, contract the muscles in the hip joint by squeezing the gluteal muscle and pressing forward. You can start to feel those muscles here. Do the same thing on the left hip. Squeeze the gluteal muscles and you can feel yourself there. That's what we're wanting. Now let's bend the knees, sit up in chair pose. Breath of fire out the third eye and the crown. Lean back, open the channel. Inhale, stand up straight. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up, breathe up your legs. Exhale to the center of the brain. Exhale, forward fold, center of the brain. Inhale, up the legs, come halfway up. Flatten your back. You're going to exhale to the center of the brain. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, sweep the mat, sit up in chair pose. Clasp the hands together this time, point the fingers. I stand for peace within myself. Deep breath in, stand up straight, open your hands, and for all of humanity, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Look down the road with your eyes, find the tension behind your eyes. Big white space behind your eyes. I remember where I come from. I'm a celestial being here in a body. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with your right foot. Step back with your left foot. Come into plank, come forward on the mat. Come forward, kind of experience your toes rolling over the tops of your toes. Now maybe that's too much for you, but if it is, then bring one foot down, one knee down, and let your other foot experience rolling over the tops of your toes. There's a tremendous set of circuits that get put in place there. Let's lower the right heels, or the heels to the right, and lift the pelvis up. All the way up, inhale and exhale, lower the heels to the left. Lift the pelvis up. And exhale. Roll all the way back, drop your knees. Drop your chest, drop your chin. Pay attention to your big toes, your ankles, your knees, your thighs, your heart on the earth, your chin. Roll your eyes up. Inhale, bring your belly to the mat. Untuck your toes and point them. Bring your arms back and put them in the air. See if you can lift one leg, your right leg. Inhale and exhale out your crown. Lower the right leg, lift the left leg. Inhale down the leg to the heart. Exhale up through the heart, throat, and crown. Locust, another aspect of our makeup, of our energetic makeup. Lower the leg, raise both of them. Inhale through both legs. Exhale out the crown. Inhale through the crown to the heart, to the belly. Exhale out the arms and legs. Bend the knees and see if you can reach your feet with your hands. See if you can keep your knees toward each other and inhale. Press the hands and feet against each other. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Lower that. Sit back in child's pose. These geometries affect parts of my own consciousness. My tendency to be assertive and survival-oriented are good if they are connected to the survival of love, to the thriving assertion of the both and in peace. It's okay to have passion. It must be directed toward the good. In what ways have I allowed something to suffer through my own ignorance? In what ways do I forgive? What does it feel like when I do? Forgive now. And be forgiven. Love now. And be loved. Just be loved. Tuck your toes, press into the mat, lift yourself up into downward dog. Raise your right leg to the sky and exhale. Step it up between your hands. Just step it all the way up. Maybe you gotta walk it 6 times to get there. Let's just get there. Let's anchor the left heel and straighten the right leg. Bring your hands to your hips and flatten your back. Take a deep breath in, up your legs, and exhale down the spine as you forward fold. Make sure your feet are wide enough apart that when you press into the front foot, your right hip can push back to the back of your mat. I'm going to push this hip back to the back of your mat by pushing in this right heel. Place your right hand on your sacrum. Maybe your left hand on the earth to help stabilize you. If you need some support there, no problem. Maybe on a block, just for the support. But flatten your back. Deep breath in, up your legs. Exhale, down the spine. Inhale, up the legs. Squeeze them together. Squeeze the thighs together. Squeeze the thighs together. Squeeze them together. Exhale, down your spine and out your crown. Beautiful. Now, let's just walk around to the other side. Let's just walk around to the other side. Puts us in pyramid pose on the other side. Make sure your feet are on railroad tracks, not on a tightrope. They're hip width apart. And we're going to take the left hand and just press that hip back. Push into the mat with the heel so that we can push the hip back from the inside of the body. Maybe your right hand comes to the mat. Maybe your left hand can come to the sacrum, just accentuating the energies there. Squeeze your thighs toward each other. Take a deep breath in, up both legs, right to the pelvis. Squeeze the pelvis, squeeze the pelvis, squeeze the pelvis. Exhale, pull the navel back to the spine as you forward fold. Deep breath in, up the legs. Exhale, down the spine and out the crown. Push with the left heel, push with the left heel. Pyramid pose, activating this energy right at the base of the spine, activating our ability to remember who we are. And then let's just gently bend that left knee and step forward with the right foot. And take a deep breath in, up the legs, and exhale down the spine. And start to roll up one segment at a time. I'll just turn this way so you can see. Roll up, roll up, roll up. In this standing position, find yourself, collect yourself, gather yourself. Feel the energy glowing off the surface of your skin as you manifest yourself here as love. This is why we're here. To come through all of the tendencies that we have had and to surface as a loving, conscious being. Compassionate and forgiving of the self, of the mind. The self is allowing forgiveness. As soon as the mind lands on the self, forgiveness happens. As soon as the mind comes home, forgiveness is there. So if you've not stepped back to the top of your mat from where we were in our last asana, just bring yourself here now. Just walk in place. Just walk in place as we come back to this position, building circuits in both aspects, both ankles, both knees, both hips. I'm going to bring your right foot a little closer to the center line and build some circuits on that right knee and the ankle and the hip. And in the heart, come down through the hip and down through the knee and plant yourself. Just plant yourself here, this conscious being. And we're going to press into the mat so much that the left leg isn't really needed on the ground. And press it back. Just press it back. Just press it back behind you. Bring your hands to your heart. See if you can lift that leg off the ground, back behind you. And maybe you can open your arms. Maybe you have a chair nearby that you can just hold on to. We just want to get the action of this circuits on one leg, opening the body in this way. Lift your heart. And exhale right back down. And build those circuits on the left ankle and the knee and the hip. And press into the ground. Plant yourself so much that that right leg isn't really needed and it can easily come up off the ground. And press it back behind. Press it back behind you. And here. And maybe the hands open, the arms open, and the heart can soar. And a deep breath in up that standing leg. And exhale out the arms and lifted leg. Slowly start to bring that back. Bend your knees. Sweep the mat. Sit back in chair pose. Remember where you come from. The frequencies there are love and light. And we come here to bring it. We bring our concentration all the way here. Just bring your hands to the heart space. You're made of love and light. You're focusing your attention in the physical dimension to bring the love and light that you are down the spectrum to here on earth. Heel and toe your feet apart. Yogi Squat. Maybe you sit on a block. If Yogi Squat is a challenge, just sit on the block. Maybe you can bring your elbows inside your knee and straighten your spine. When the body is folded over on itself like this, cellular coherence happens faster. Just gather yourself. Place your left hand on the mat, reach your right hand to the sky. Inhale. Exhale down through the folded body into the earth. Inhale up from the earth through the folded body to your heart. Mula Bandha. Exhale at your crown and arm. Just let light fall in. Just be blessed. Exhale. Right hand comes down, left hand comes up. Use your elbow inside your knee to just use leverage to get a spinal twist here and a heart opening. Left hand to the sky. Big inhale. As if rays of light are just pouring into the body, because they are. We can find that and feel it. We can steward it. That's what we're here to do. Inhale into the heart, into Mula Bandha. And exhale down through the folded body into the earth. Inhale up from Mother Earth through the folded body. Ingenious ways for love to be spread without harm. Exhale out your crown and left arm. Exhale the left arm back down as well. And let's just have a seat on the mat. Let's roll down, rolling, 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 making sure every segment of the low back gets to be involved in this. If there's any part that starts to fall away, just come back up and slide right back down one segment at a time and tuck your pelvis under so that your lumbar spine can become flat on the earth as quickly as possible. That's it. That's it. Now bring your heels out to the corners of your mat and windshield wiper them. That you can give your sacroiliac joint and then your lumbar spine and then your thoracic spine and then your neck a chance to rearrange. You'll find some rearrangements happening. Wiggle the feet back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let's hug the knees in and press your ankles to the sky. Press your heels. Bring your hands to the sky as well. And exhale, bring the feet onto the earth and the hands onto the earth. And open your heart. Let's heel and toe your feet apart. And lay your knees over to the right. Just let them melt. As if you weren't doing yoga, you were just laying in the grass. Looking up at the clouds, the blue sky. Life is a beautiful thing. It is to be celebrated. And inhale the knees up and knees to the left. Open your heart. We are here to share love. And inhale, the knees up. Let's grab the outer blades of the feet into happy baby. And let's just lift the heart up. Pull down on the feet, lift the heart up. Press the sacrum down onto the earth. Press the back of your head onto the earth. Lift your heart. And exhale. Let's straighten the left leg. Inhale. And exhale. And straighten the right leg. Inhale. And exhale. Let's just cross your right leg over your left leg. Just cross your right leg over the left. Maybe it's just right here. Maybe you can wrap it. And let's just roll it to the left. Back up to the center and roll it to the right. Non-duality, eagle pose. Maybe you can wrap your left elbow, your right elbow underneath your left elbow and roll your lower body to the left and your upper body to the right. And then opposite direction, but keep the feet and arms the same. The legs and arms the same. And back to center. And bring your hands down by your side. Excuse me. And wrap your leg. Thank you. And wrap your legs the other way. Maybe they cross over once. Maybe they wrap around. And roll your legs to the left. And roll them to the right. And then perhaps you can wrap your left elbow underneath your right, wrap your arms around, and roll your lower body to the left and your upper body to the right. Non-duality, unity, peace. And legs to the right, upper body to the right. Inhale and exhale up and down the central channel, back to the center. Reach the arms and legs out straight. And exhale. 1,000 tiny straws contract every muscle in your body, even in the face, in the throat, inside your mouth. Mula bandha, gluteal muscles, abdominal muscles, shoulders, hips, legs, arms, hands, feet. Exhale. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue. There be peace. Bring your hands down by your side. Elbows in, palms up. Lift your heart, lay it down. Lift your head, lay it down. Feet to the outer corner of the mat. And let go for a moment of pure celebration of the truth of who you are. Simply let go. Shanti. Peace. If you're able to stay in Savasana, stay. Or thicken your breath and remain the celestial one that you are as you come back into body. We thicken the breath and allow a sound to emit from us as light folds over on itself, generating vibration. And allow that sound vibration to carry you to a comfortable side position of rebirth. For it is time for your intentions to embody. It is time to have the life experience that you know is possible. We do so by allowing. Allow the sound vibration to carry you to a comfortable seated position, vertical in the world and ready to engage. We are truly divine. As we embrace our primal energies, they rush forward in service to the truth of who we are. Our power becomes enlightened power. It becomes love. Thank you for your contribution today, for harmonizing the bandwidth for human consciousness at a time when it is so needed. Thank you for your yes, and for participating in this amazing global community. Thank you, Geraldine Glass and Crystal Toning Bowls, for providing soothing sensations behind the scenes today. It is an honor to share the sacred prayer of BodyAwake Yoga with you. For a most blessed day. Namaste.